Would you guys say that the way that the Dallas Cowboys game went on Sunday in terms of providing content is the best possible way any of that can go, where it's not merely a loss at home? And I gave you this stat yesterday from the illustrious Babe Laufenberg. The Cowboys have now been down 20-plus in 5 straight games at home. That's never happened in the history of the sport. Jerry Jones is all in. 5 straight games down 20-plus at home. That's good enough just for your content machine. But let's add some things to it. Receiver loses the ball in the sun. Micah Parsons can't stop podcasting. Just can't stop. It is such a wonderful thing. I have no idea how it is, Stugotz. This part is super interesting to me about how athletes of this generation are going to be impacted by just things that happen to athletes that are different now than they were 30 years ago, but temptation and danger is everywhere. I don't know why Sauce Gardner is bad now. Why is Sauce Gardner bad now?
The Jets.
No idea why Sauce Gardner is bad now.
Just told you.
But Micah Parsons is maybe the only real star that team has. Like, if you want to make an argument for Dak and CeeDee Lamb, maybe, okay. But I think in terms of creating a name, voice, platform for himself, and everyone regards him as excellent as well, consensus on excellence, the biggest star they got. And he's a podcast problem because he really likes his podcast. And he's not going to give away his personality to others for free. He's going to monetize it for himself. And then you've got Rex Ryan. Let's get to this sound here because Rex Ryan really took out Micah Parsons and you know how this is among the coaches. They do not like seeing their other coaches taken out, even though a week ago he was calling Mike McDaniel McGenius on the air. Now he's really going after Micah Parsons because Micah Parsons has questioned how much, how hard basically his coaching staff is working is what it feels like. McCarthy particularly.
Mike McCarthy, okay, he doesn't deserve this damn comment. He doesn't. No coach does. Look, there's some horrible coaches out there, but none of them deserve this. The kind of work that they put in as coaches, like, I'm just telling you, you're giving up family time, you're giving up all kinds of stuff in your life, and you're going to get some ass sitting back. I don't care how talented he is. That is absolutely BS. And if you would work half as freaking hard as a damn coach does, maybe you'd be able to play every damn game. Maybe your team wouldn't just be a bunch of punks and lay it down every damn week like you're doing. How about being a damn football team? You're going to sell your damn coach out? It's a crock of you know what.
Emotional.
He said it, like half of it, right?
What was the context of Micah Parsons saying Mike can leave and go wherever he wants?
We have that clip here that we'll play. I took it more, he's talking about Zach. He's doing it through the prism of Zach Martin. Like, these coaches can go anywhere. I feel bad for the players that might be retiring after this year. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it was kind of taken out of context with the headlines, because he does say Mike McCarthy's name. But here's the full context of Micah Parsons.
You know, that's above my pay grade about if Mike is coaching again next year. But, you know, all coaching aside, you know, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. But the guys I kind of feel bad for is guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year or on their way out, you know, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. You know, you want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for.
That can't be what Rex Ryan is reacting to. Rex Ryan can't be reacting that emotionally to those comments. There have to be other comments. It can't be that.
No, I mean, those are the comments.
Those are the comments.
He did go back on his podcast and kind of just reiterate what he said, but those are the original comments that Rex was speaking about.
Okay, because Rex Ryan was pretty emotional there defending the coaching profession and went after Micah Parsons so emotionally that logic ended up going out the window because he didn't really realize the excellence of the player he's criticizing. So he had to go after him. Maybe if you cared as much as McCarthy, you wouldn't be injured. Like,
yeah, but Micah is saying McCarthy is not, and the coaching staff is not putting the work in. And Rex is like, no, I know what goes into being a head coach of an NFL team. What are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Micah Parsons has 3 sacks this year. He's played in 5 games.
He's been injured.
I don't care. I don't want to hear from him. I mean,
It just feels very much like he read the headline. Never watched the video. That's because that was like when I saw the little headline on First Take or whatever, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Now watching that video, that's not what he said. Like, I just genuinely think he didn't watch it.
I did not hear that as a criticism of Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, it
in
wasn't.
any form.
Also, he's like Stugotz. He's whether or not he's hurt or not having like the all-star season you want him to have. Like Micah Parsons is like the star of this Dallas Cowboys team.
is he? I mean, I'm not certain. Like, I think Dak probably is. I think Jerry thinks the Cowboys are the star of the team. The star on the helmet is the star of the team.
Jerry
might
thinks
think
Jerry's
Jerry's the star of the team.
I heard
But all this, to answer Dan's original question, all of this is good for Jerry. Because I'm not certain Jerry cares as much about winning than he does about the value of his franchise and everyone talking about his franchise, even during a bad season. And we're sitting here talking about the Cowboys today, and Jerry loves that.
The difference is that Micah doesn't feel a need to like impress Mike McCarthy. He's just worried about what Jerry feels like.
Yes.
I feel like in most organizations, even though every team has an owner, you're trying to keep in good graces with the head coach. Where on this organization,
right,
unlike any other team, it just feels like he knows I can kind of say whatever I want about McCarthy as long as I'm good with Jerry.
Well, that's because Jerry doesn't take the coach seriously. So if Jerry's not going to take the coach seriously, then Mike is going to say whatever he wants about the coach.
I think if you took a poll of players, GMs, coaches, Micah Parsons by far the most respected player, athlete, ability on that team. I think everybody else falls pretty far short. And if anybody can criticize the coach, my guess is it would be him. But I'm with you, Greg. I didn't hear that at all.
I think that one of the things that we do, and Stugotz just did it, and Rex Ryan just did it, and I do find it consistently maddening in the way that sports analysis is delivered. You disagree with someone or the behavior, and then you immediately diminish their excellence. And it's like, no, man, just criticize what the person said.
Right.
Don't say, is Micah Parsons a star?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, what are you doing? You just don't.
Giving you my opinion.
Okay, but you're not. Your opinion isn't based on the facts or his excellence. It's just based on you disagree with something he did.
I mean, he's never had more than 14 sacks in a season. I mean, I'm not certain he's such a big star.
I mean, Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb are the 2 biggest stars on that team, along with Dak, only because he's a quarterback. But I do think there's an unwritten rule in the NFL that if you're injured, if you're not playing, you sort of shut up a little bit. Nobody wants to hear, and that wasn't being mouthy. Don't get me wrong.
And he played Sunday, and he played well.
He did. That's true. But he had missed like 5 games before that, and very hurtful games for the Cowboys.
Okay, but he was hurt.
I understand that.
Yeah, but if a player gets hurt and then they don't do any participate in the team or have thoughts or comments about the team or feel like they're part of the team, they get criticized for that too. So,
Well,
like, how much do you want an injured player to be part of your team?
Like if you have an injured player who's out several weeks, that player is never made available to the media, just as a small example.
Okay, look, you are obviously entitled to say whatever it is that you want to say about this. What I'm not going to do is say that Micah Parsons isn't more excellent at what he does for the Cowboys than anyone else is in their facility over the last 10 years of Cowboys football. I don't think there has been anyone more excellent at what they do than what Micah Parsons is being asked to do for the Cowboys. And I give that kind of excellence a bit of a wide berth on opinion having, whether it is playing in the last 5 games because it is injured or not. Like, I just, what kind of excellence do I have to present? So Tom Brady's the only one who's allowed to say whatever he wants?
Yep,
Like,
him and Michael Jordan.
okay.
Can we just rip on Rex Ryan? Because you said it yourself, as Chris just pointed out. He called McDaniel McGenius and is cool just ripping on him, but don't say anything about the Dallas Cowboys, coach.
That was weird. That last week he's fine criticizing McDaniel, making name calling, but this week it's hey, don't talk about the coaches.
It's coach on coach crime, though.
Guys,
This is player on coach crime.
Can you guys look something up for me, though? Because I thought what it is that got Rex Ryan angry and the emotion in what it is that he was saying was based on some sort of conclusion he was drawing on Mike McCarthy not working hard or not caring enough. Like, I thought what Rex Ryan was doing there was in defense of how hard coaches work and how much coaches care. And I didn't hear anything in Micah Parsons' commentary there that questioned or criticized that.
Can I make a potentially spicy take? Ooh. I don't really care what Rex Ryan thinks about the Dallas Cowboys.
No, but at the end of that Micah clip that we played, he does say
Right.
He's working way more than Mike McCarthy. He says him by name. I think he means by that
was a
players
part,
work
yes.
harder than coaches. But he says Mike McCarthy's name, so it can be taken as a shot at Mike McCarthy, even though I still stand by he was just building up like the veteran players.
He was saying McCarthy, if he does get fired, he can go anywhere. The guys he feel bad for, Zach Martin, who's been here forever, who puts in all the work, unlike Mike McCarthy, is essentially what he's saying.
But I
Yes.
would still look this part though. Okay, so if I may go and turn this into another story, which is the San Francisco story that Kyle Shanahan, who has been ravaged by Key West, says has now been squashed. There is no problem with Deebo Samuel and the long snapper and the kicker. That's what Kyle Shanahan says. But I think what's happening here in both this instance and throughout football all over the place is the guys who give their body to the cause do think they're giving more than anyone else to the cause because they are. Like whatever Mike McCarthy feels in terms of hurt on Mondays is emotional. It's not physical.
McCarthy's in there at 4 a.m. though.
Yeah, he is, but he's not in there with his body collapsing for reasons other than, he had a breakfast burrito.
That is the disconnect, though. The coaches are like, I'm in here 4 a.m. till 9 p.m. working these long hours, and the players are like, I got a concussion last week.
He's 61. His body probably hurts more than the players, to
Yeah.
be perfectly honest with you.
Just getting out of bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on the
NFL
poll.
head coaches are clogging toilets before the players are even waking up.
There you go. Spicy.